Hi, this is Koku with blackfilm.com, and we are here with the legendary TC Carson. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me, darling.
Thank you. It's definitely a pleasure, and there's a lot to talk about. There's something else I did just find out now, and I did want to talk about. I didn't know you were from Chicago.
Oh, born and raised. You from Chicago?
I'm from Chicago, born in Cook County Hospital.
Oh, Cook County. That's right, me too.
You know what I'm saying? Wait, no, let me ask you this. Have you ever, what side of Chicago are you from?
West Side.
You're from the west side? Oh, okay. Then you'd never know this little town that I'm from. You'd just be like, who?
Where?
Country Club Hills, Illinois.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We've arrived. TC Carson said, we're on the map. So, we do have a lot to talk about today. And when I interview somebody, I like to try to understand a lot about them. So I do a lot of research and just try to figure out just what kind of questions I can ask that aren't surface, like, oh, so what's your favorite color? That kind of thing. So when I was researching your background, and of course, I think depending on the generation or just what your interests are, a lot of us do associate you with the living single character, Kyle. That's a lot of fun for us. But then you've also done, you've got an incredible body of voiceover work. But the one thing I wanted to highlight, and I think you know where I'm going with this, I'm looking at everything, and I'm seeing these performances, and I'm like, he can really sing, like for real. That's so beautiful.
Thank you.
That's awesome. So I guess that leads me into my first question that I have for you, because I think it's actually very unique. When you're truly a Renaissance person, where you are really good at a lot of different things and you have a lot of different passions, is there a place within you where maybe more of your interest lies? Do you have something that you like more than the others, or is it like a level kind of interest?
No, I definitely like singing and being on stage more than anything else.
Really? Okay.
Oh, yeah. There's an immediacy of energy that you get from an audience that you don't get when you do film and television. There is an immediacy of the moment that, you only get that moment. Film and television, you can go back and fix it. So there's that excitement about this is the only time you're going to do this way, or the only time you're going to see this way. So, and I think that's the energy that artists bring to the country and to people, and I think that's what we need right now too.
Absolutely. Are you going to be doing some of the live performances, the remote performances as well, or have you done any of them?
Not yet, but we're working on it. We're thinking about doing a virtual tour.
That's awesome.
With my band, So the good thing about what's going on right now, with everybody being shut in and everybody having to take a step back for a minute, it gives us a chance to really look and see what you're doing, what do you want to do, and what can you do? And so I'm looking at this landscape right now, and it's like everything's been kind of leveled. We see that you can have productions and not have to have a big studio. We see that you can have content films and you don't have to have a lot of equipment.
Yeah.
So it really has made the artist, made everything more available for the artist. And so that's what I'm excited about this time.
Yeah, that's true. And it allows you to even be even more creative. You just start to work with less is more. And, that's great. That is good about this time. I know we did actually want to talk to you about specifically about the Star Wars world that you have. And we want to talk about how you voiced Mace Windu. And the funny thing is, going back to what I said before, depending on who you speak to, and you just say, hey, I'm interviewing this person, the way people reacted to the fact that I was going to speak to Mace Windu was like it was just, crazy. Like the crowd goes loud. So how interesting is that, being able to capture such a different audience and being in that sort of that comic Star Wars, that galactic space. So even just speaking about that role itself, so I'm sort of going off on a tangent, but just since that series has ended, do you feel like Mace Windu was the character explored enough? And if not, do you feel like there are stories that you would have liked to have been told?
We kind of never really knew much about his past.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't really know much about his family and where he came, not much. And it would have been nice to see that side of him, see how he became who he is, how he became a Jedi, what brought him to the Order. That being said, I felt it was an honor to be able to voice this character. I didn't really understand how big it was until after we started doing it. You know, for me, it was just another gig. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. I got Mace Windu. Right on. Okay, cool. But then people like, you play Mace Windu. I was like, yeah, I guess I do, huh? You know, and then to fall behind Sam Jackson, to fall in his shoes, you know, and then to try to make it my own, you know, and that was a interesting journey. I had a great director, Dave Fioni, and he was really adamant about me not necessarily sounding like Sam, but
Hmm.
having the same kind of energy
Hmm.
for the character. And so I was able to really kind of make him more sound more like me and more like me.
And that's another question that I had. Is there some sort of is there a need for each character to kind of meet in the middle? Like, do you and Sam have to have some kind of powwow in this, or because they're two separate types of works, then there's no reason for you all to sort of meet in the middle? I mean, I've just always wondered.
No, Sam and I mean, I think we met some years later and talked about it real quick. It was a real brief,
Yeah.
some event or something like that. But no, as a voiceover actor, you know, when you are brought in to voice a character, somebody else's voice, you listen to their how they did it, and you try to, and depending on what the people want, you come in and do what they ask, you know, what he
Yeah.
did, or if they want you to do something a little different, then you try to hold on to the stuff that made the previous character work, and then add your own flavor as you create.
Understood. This is a question that all the true Mace Windu fans want to know. So they say Mace Windu has a purple lightsaber, a master of a fighting style that closely resembles a Sith fighting style. Is there any truth that Mace Windu may have also been a Dark Force user?
Ah, we will never know, will we?
Ooh, will we?
Things to make you go,
Or let me ask you this. So the Bad Batch will be a new series coming soon. Will there be a Mace Windu sighting, and will that Mace Windu sighting include TC Carson?
let's hope so.
Yes, let's hope so.
Let's hope.
Right? We're putting that in the ether. And so I guess you answered the question before because you and I were just sort of laughing about it. But when you took the role, you're just like, okay, I got the role. That's exciting. But I wanted to know if, at least now, have you found yourself even before you did? Maybe you weren't a Star Wars fan before. Can you honestly say you're a Star Wars fan now? Do you understand the universe now?
I was a Star Wars fan in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
With them, yeah. So I definitely am a Star Wars fan.
Okay.
Do I understand the world, the universe? I said maybe about 75%.
Right.
About 75%. But it is great to be connected to such an iconic franchise. It really, really is, and it has opened up doors. The comic world and the video game world is something that I hadn't really thought about until I started doing it, and then I see how much that resonates with people, how much those characters mean to people. I had no idea. Again, I'm just working. We're trying to work as much as we can work,
Right. Exactly.
as many things as we can do.
Yeah.
So I was just racking them up. When I started going to Comic-Con, I started going to these conferences and stuff. I was like, wow, this is a lot bigger than I thought it was.
Big deal.
And gamers are cool people. They really,
They are. And it spans the ages. Gamers, it's not like they're a specific, it's everybody's a gamer. So yeah, you meet all kinds of people. It's true. It's very true. Do you play video games?
Are you a gamer?
Well, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I play Animal Crossing, so I got the little Switch light, and I'm sitting here decorating the house, and I'm spending 8 hours a day doing absolutely nothing with myself. So yeah. and fun fact, I actually play NBA 2K, but it's more so just me kind of playing it because the girls don't usually play it, so I like to troll the guys and beat them. I'm one of those. I'm one of those kind of people. That's what motivates me. What about you?
No, I don't really have the time.
Oh, it's a time thing.
It's a time thing, and when I'm relaxing, it's not relaxing for me to sit in.
To sit, yeah.
That's not relaxing for me.
And I hate to say it this way because it's almost like if you ask somebody what food that they don't like, and then the person insists, "Oh no, you're gonna like mine," and it's like, "No, I really don't like that food." But I promise you, there is a game for everybody. Like every game is not like some sort of episodic game where you're going. Right. Some of them are as mundane, like I said, as like Animal Crossing or The Sims. Some of them are, maybe you're playing Jeopardy or something. So I promise you, there's a game for everybody that can actually relax people. That is something I would almost be willing to bet.
Okay, well, I'm going to give you a task. Find me a game.
Find you a game. Okay, good. See, I'm going to find you a game. I promise you I can do that. This is another question I wanted to ask you. I thought it'd be so fun. What's the most unusual place that someone has recognized you as a voice actor? Because you do have a very distinct voice. So I can almost imagine that you're in the grocery store and just asking for something. And somebody's like, Kratos, right?
Or ordering something or at fast food place, pizza
Right.
wing place, you know, and now you come in, it's all COVID. So you got your dark glasses on, you got the mask on, you got the hat on, and I'm cool until I open my mouth.
Yeah, exactly. You get your French fries, they're like,
looking at you like, what's your mask off?
that is awesome. That is awesome. And then now that you're more familiar, I mean, obviously you have a huge, huge body of work with the comics. And let me also say this. I have found that the people that are most successful in something are the ones that weren't really looking for it. It kind of came to them because they had the talent to move it forward.
Mm.
So, you know, you weren't some sort of like, you know, raving comic fan or anything like that, but you just had the placement of it. It's like you weren't being, you know, like there's something about the energy that's drawing, I think. Yeah, the talent itself is drawing. So having said that, and you're much more familiar with the comic conversation, and you can speak to things and just more in understanding it with the different things that you work with. Is there a comic character that you find that you may actually want to voice in the future?
Well, I wanted Black Panther,
Oh, okay.
but I didn't get that. I didn't get him. So let me think about that. Let me think about that. I'd much rather have somebody create a character for me.
I think you know what, and that's funny because, you know, again, like I said, I like to find out by just sort of understanding how people are received and just where they are. I saw some of your Comic-Con interviews, and when I saw the way those kids were receiving you, it was, and it's like you're just answering, you're being so polite, asking these questions, it's so awesome. But it's like, I mean, one of the interviews was just literally just nervous. Like, I cannot believe I'm sitting next to him. So it's, yes, that can happen. So you need to find those people and tell them you need your character because you voiced enough for everybody, right?
I love my own character.
But you know what? I do have this question for you, and I think right now it's just very apropos given the climate. So what are your thoughts on Hollywood's decisions to remove white actors from voicing ethnic and or Black roles? You see, they've done that with The Simpsons, they've done it with South Central Park, and they've done it with Cleveland. Yeah, the Cleveland show. What do you think about that?
Well, it harkens back to the old days when you had white people playing Indians. You know, so why would you not hire somebody Black to play somebody Black? Why would you not hire somebody Asian to play somebody Asian? It's not like there are not Asian voiceover actors and Black voiceover actors. So it was not thought about. And a lot of things that we deal with in this country right now, as far as the Black and white issues, are things that haven't been thought about. That's why it's so important for us to pull these covers back right now. The systems that have been put in place in this country run really deep, and people don't even realize how deep they run until you call them on it. So I tell people right now it's a great time to call people on what they're doing. But while we're calling them on what they're doing, what are we doing?
That's correct.
How are we taking care of us? Why are we looking for somebody else to do it still? We have enough money right now. We have enough everything to take better care of our communities. Why aren't we
doing the work?
And I want to hold the government accountable. I want to hold this country accountable to what they're supposed to be doing for everybody in this country. But at the same time, what are we doing for our communities? They can't burn down a community again. They can't destroy a whole town again. So where are our towns? Where are our communities? Where are our banks? So I'm looking at that side.
I'm with you on that. I'm definitely with you on that. I definitely think that sense of community and being cooperative in the way that we're not thinking so individualistically. That's not even who we are as a people. Yes. Intrinsically, we're not individualistic people. You know, we're not capitalists.
Right.
So I do feel like when we try to adapt things that aren't who we are, then that does take away from who we have been, you know, and that's not, you know, it's not natural. Yeah.
No, it's not.
No.
But I think we're strong. I think we're smart. I think we're strong. I think young people are tired and they're not going to take it anymore. I think not only Black people, but Black, white, brown, everybody, everybody's tired of what's going on right now. Everybody's tired of where this country's been run right now. Our government has thrown us under the bus because of money.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Everybody's feeling it.
People, everybody.
Yeah.
under the bus because of money.
Mhm.
So I'm hoping people really remember that come November.
I hope so. I don't know. The thing that always worries me, and this is me, and I'm not normally a pessimist, but this is the thing that worries me. You don't know what anybody's going to do when they go in that booth. We know the conversation that we had. We know what we talked about. We know how strong we were. We know that we were even marching down the street. We were protesting. We were sitting. We were doing everything. When those results come, sometimes you just get shocked. Like, really? What just happened here? So that's why I just don't. I can only try to impress upon people the best thing, and hope that they do the right thing.
Well, I'm hoping that, along with doing the right thing, that people really stop and look at what's going on and stop and look at the man that's running.
That's correct.
Look at his conversation. Listen to what he says. Listen to how he's talking. Something's not right.
That's right.
Something's not right. And so why would I have somebody another 4 years who's obviously not right?
I mean, yeah.
But
No. I mean, there's obviously there's more layers to it. But I mean, we're literally talking about somebody that's just not.
Not here.
Yeah. Oh boy. Okay. So I was.
Leave that alone.
We're gonna leave it alone, but we'll talk about it another time. We could part two that one for real. So I was going to ask you this, and I think, and maybe you can sort of personalize this in a sense. I feel like, do you feel like the Black acting, the voice acting world is smaller than the physical acting world? And do you feel like with your body of work, it does offer you opportunities where maybe even with you, because of your body of work, you may not necessarily have to audition. They just kind of throw things at you.
No, they do not.
Okay.
No, they do not. I still have to audition like every. Again, the systems in this country that are in place run deep, and my mother always said, "You have to be twice as good, run twice as fast, be twice as good as anybody else." And even that does not get you where everybody else is. So, voiceover acting world is really big, but the African Americans in it, it's not that I know them. We all know each other.
It's like a small community.
Yeah, it's a small community.
Yeah.
But again, where are our produced animation series? What are we doing? I keep going back to that.
Let me ask you this, because I understand what you're asking, and now you're making me want to ask you a different type of question. Because you first started with saying, listen, we're in a space now where it's sort of forcing us to be more creative with fewer tools. So we're having to pull from fewer resources to get things done. So you're kind of, it seems to me, saying that we're in a time where when you say where are ours, I mean, a person can just have a green screen at the house and a light in the camera and get it done, right? So you're almost saying, like, what are we waiting for?
Basically.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, I get it. That's fair.
We have so much right now. We have resources. We have money. We have talent. We have TVQ. We have everything.
Yeah.
And we give it away.
Yeah.
It does not serve our communities. We give it away.
I look at it as like almost an esteem thing. I think we have an image issue where we feel like if we're standing next to a certain type of person, that elevates us as a people. When I don't move like that. I don't work like that. I think that, if I'm standing here and I'm standing next to my brother and my sister, and this is what we're doing, then I don't need anybody to tell me, to validate me if I feel strongly about the work and the project. And nothing I have ever done has made me feel like I have to regret it, because I've always done things with integrity. So I feel like that's why I felt very strongly about talking to you, because I knew that the level of conversation would have more depth to it. That's why I was just like, okay, I know TC's about to get down. I know he don't care. And let me ask you this too, because I know you really aren't, and you're not in a sense where you're trying to be like, have like some sort of contentious, argumentative conversation. But I have noticed that you really just, speak your mind, you speak freely. But how is it that you have been able to have to be such a strong-willed and strong person in Hollywood of all places, and ain't nobody coming for you? Like, how do you maintain that? That's hard to do.
Well, no, they have come for me. And it's okay. I live in my truth. My mother taught me to be who I am and be okay with who you are. I'm not for everybody.
Okay, yeah, right. None of us are.
So I don't really. At this age, I'm 61 years old, baby, and at this age, I really have none left to give. No more left to give. So when you come to me, you get what you get, and
Yeah, yeah.
like, it's okay. It's okay. Really.
We're gonna be all right. That's fine.
I get over a lot of shit.
Right.
You'll be all right.
Oh, that's a zen. That's a zen mode I'm looking for. I can't. maybe I'm looking forward to 61.
Come on, baby. This is your granddaddy's 60. Come on.
161 kind of be like, oh, that's what he meant when he said that's the age. I get him now. I get it. But no, I'm like you're awesome. So I wanted to ask you this, bringing it back to your expertise, of course. As a voice actor, when you prepare for a role, so I think about it like we were talking about how you said you and Samuel might have a few light conversations. It's not necessarily something that you have to do your jobs. But of course, with him, there's costuming and so forth. When you're a voice actor, can you just kind of come in, show up with your slippers on, and so you ain't even got to do all the whole. Oh wow.
That's what I like about it. That's what you have to worry about cameras, lights.
Nothing, right? Just the voice has to work.
Just your voice. Just your voice.
Oh man, wow, that's incredible. I want to do that. So at blackfilm.com, we want to make sure that when we speak to people, we try to get something from the person that we're speaking to that inspires future generations. Of course, with you, it's a little bit unique because you have so many varied interests. So I can't really say or speak to one thing. I know you said that you do enjoy singing the most, but and I guess maybe in a general sense, or however you want to frame it, what would you say to someone who was interested in any aspect of what you do?
It's all about art.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to be committed to doing the art, not committed to making the money. If you're committed to making the money, then you kind of cheapen the art because you put the money before the art.
But so you've turned down roles, I'm sure, because you just were like, it's not worth it. Yeah.
Yeah, it just wasn't something I wanted to do. I haven't played pimps or drug dealers or because I just didn't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But it really is about art. I talk to young artists and I tell them that you have to enjoy what you do, you have to love what you do. If you love what you do, then you'll make the money at it. And whatever amount of money you'll make will be okay for you because you love what you do.
Because you loved it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's the whole thing. I think we get pushed in this country. It's all about money and power. So we push our kids into those type of careers. And a lot of people aren't happy. I got a lot of friends who are very successful. They're not very happy though. Mm-hmm. They live for vacation. I don't really make as much as I'd like to make. I'm not rich or anything, but I really enjoy what I do.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's the piece right there. What's your dream role? If you could just think of a dream role you could take right now, and I mean whether that be voice or whether that be in front of the camera, on stage.
Well, three. So on stage, I would like to be in a musical that I had to lead in.
Okay.
Something about the Harlem Renaissance era, that type of music, jazz era, because I really love jazz. I would have loved to have been in the new Black Panther, maybe to take over Forrest Whitaker's role, since they killed him off the last time. So it would have been nice to do that. And TV, we got a project that we're working on called Living Again, starring myself and Don Lewis. And I think we got a couple of really good bites on that. So I'm looking forward to doing that.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love it. You just seem to really, you're so in control of your space.
You think so?
I'm playing it off real good, huh?
I'm an actor.
I'm doing good. Well, let me tell you something. The way it looks, no, yes, y'all, go team. Do you have any new projects that are coming up that you would want to discuss? Just anything besides you just said, but just to give it a clear shout out so that we can go ahead and give it.
Got a few things. My film Bricked that deals with mental illness is coming out on BET Heard this weekend.
Okay.
And we have Coins for Christmas. Coins for Love. Coins for Christmas was the first one. Coins for Love, which is a TV One Swirl Films movie that airs this weekend, the 19th, 9 o'clock in the East, and then there is a encore production at 11 o'clock.
Okay.
I also have a video that's going to drop next week that kind of is my response to Black Lives Matter and the COVID and what's going on with us right now. I used a song from our first album called Come Together. And so we did a video for that, and that'll come out next week. I'm also working on a new cooking lifestyle show for men called Bachelor Pad.
You can cook.
Oh, go
to that too. Really? Like now we're just like
Instagram, babe. Go to my Instagram.
Right? We just making stuff up now. Now we just on some like running out the fingers. What's your favorite style of cuisine, or is it just whatever I do?
I like to eat. I really learned early. If you like to eat, you should learn how to cook. That way you get what you want when you want it, how you want it.
That is true. Let me tell you something about me, because I never could cook. Like, and this is awful. Like, I would order food every day, and I don't even want to tell you how much money I was. Like, I just don't even. It's not even fair. Like, it's embarrassing. Like, I feel bad. I might even just start crying if I talk about it. However, during this whole quarantine madness, I started like my own little kind of like nothing important, but it's like a little cooking vlog just to kind of keep myself busy. But I started learning how to cook. So now yesterday I just was like, let me make some chicken tikka masala. Just throw some in there in the crock pot. And it's like all these really good dishes that when I make them, it tastes so much better because you know exactly what you're making. Exactly. So I would love to see your cooking show. Yeah, I would love that.
Well, I wanted to do it because I realized in talking to young people, a lot of young brothers, they don't really know how to do much.
No.
They haven't been taught how to cook, how to clean, how to grocery shop, how to do laundry, and just men conversation. And that's what I want my show to be, a place where we can sit as men. I'll have a young sous chef and then maybe another guest, and we can all sit and talk about world events, talk about what's going on today, all while we're cooking this meal.
That's I like that. Yeah, that's good. Teach people to do more than like grilled cheese, you know?
People do that. There's something to be said for a really good grilled cheese.
Well, you know, now they've been saying do the grilled cheese and put a little, they say mayo for the fat as opposed to, it does work. Okay, I've heard people say that. I was just like, really? Then they'll say do it with a little bit of apple. I've heard that. I've heard, I don't know what they're doing. I could just do regular. I can even do Kraft singles, regular singles. The grilled cheese, any grilled cheese is good to me. Oh, but the brie, the brie is good.
Yeah, the brie is good.
What else? I don't know. They got all kinds, but grilled cheese
does work though. Not Miracle Whip, mayonnaise.
But the actual, they said that the fat once it gets to it. Okay, so just because you said it, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna go ahead and take your word for it. Okay, so I have one more question for you.
Okay.
This is. I'm glad you brought up food because this is very important. What's better, Chicago pizza or New York pizza?
Chicago pizza.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Because listen.
Well, it kind of depends on what you like, though.
Okay.
Thin crust. You know, there are some places in Chicago you get really, really good thin crust pizza, but you get really good thin crust pizza everywhere in New York. See, I don't like. I don't like the Brooklyn slices, and that people are gonna kill me. You know what I'm saying? Because I've lived in Bed-Stuy for a very long time, But I cannot eat the floppy Brooklyn slices. But if I come to Chicago, I'll go to Italian Fiesta, get a thin crust. I'll get all of that. So I just do not understand New York pizza at all. I don't get it. I like a real crispy pizza. So
me too. Excellent. The thin, so the deep dish, I find, and this is the thing, you have to help me confirm this, but people think that Chicagoans just eat deep dish every day. No,
we don't.
When the tourists come by and they just want to try it, then that's what they do. Yeah, exactly. So, anywho, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I thank you very much for this interview. It is like the most fun that I've had in a very long time. You had a really good time.
Thank you. This one in a long stream today, but it was one of the best ones I've had today.
Yay! Thank you.